Very fair. I actually kind of find it helps my nerves a bit if I'm talking in chat. It just feels like a more normal stream rather than two people watching me and wondering when I'm next gonna mess up. Or no, it's been a lot of fun, and you've got to just try and approach it from the point of having fun.
Absolutely. You know. And speaking of fun, here they go. Oh. They are playing Mario, so here we go. Looks like the Cole is going for the early shroom, which I saw them practicing a little bit a minute ago. Esmo is sticking small, so have we seen... What have we seen from Esmo so far? Do you think this is a 1-3 mushroom? Is this a small fire? Or is Esmo a small player? I guess we'll find out.
Honestly not sure. I definitely should have checked that out. I know a couple of people who went for small fire, so it's a possibility.
Yeah, the race yesterday with Cosmic and Supersonic, they both went small fire, which was really cool. And then, all right, so Esmo's kicking the Koopa. That's definitely a good idea when you're going small in a race environment.
Cool's just having a couple of issues, possibly a bit of pre-race nerves, which is natural.
Yeah, slowing down a bit and taking it safe, but I mean, it's a lot better. If something feels off, it's a lot better to slow down and keep your firepower than it is to lose it or die. But as long as you're slowing down and keeping your fire, though, I mean, a lot of the time, slowing down can actually be more dangerous than just doing what your muscle memory already knows, and can end up in some unfortunate hits. Esmo is mushrooming up in 1-3 here, so... That still doesn't necessarily rule out small fire, but I'm guessing it's going to be fire strats from the castle, just statistically.
Yeah, I imagine he'll be grabbing in 1-4. So we're definitely going to see them sync up a bit after grabbing fire. Esmo's still ahead, just by a little bit.
That was a really fast grab. I didn't even comment on that in 1-3 also. Esmo's grabs are very, very quick. There's a way to move the Mario a tiny bit as you jump up under a block that gets Mario to kind of clip into it just enough to grab the power-up from the bottom, and it's very fast if you can do it consistently. I think that's one of the many just little things that maybe you don't think matter that much, but then when you watch the runners who have practiced it, you start to realize that, like, oh my gosh, they do every single level just a little bit faster, and over the course of a race, it really starts to add up. Doing that as opposed to, like, hitting the block and then waiting for the mushroom to fall down, or jumping up on top of the block to grab the mushroom and then having to turn around. It's just a tiny bit faster.
So I was noticing that Esmo grabbed the star in 2-1, and, you know, taking a slightly safer approach to 2-1 like that probably will be faster overall if he's not used to doing it without slowing down. And, you know, it's just hoping that the opponent might make a couple of mistakes and let him get over the line. It's something I quite like doing.
Ooh, Esmo dropped down to shoot that cheap and ended up dropping onto another enemy, so they've lost their fire in 2-2, which is pretty brutal. There's only... they will be able to fire up before the 2-4 Bowser, which is good. However, getting the mushroom in the next level, if not already treacherous on its own, can also easily result in a 6 on the timer if they... Unless they get another one of these sick grabs I've been talking about, then they can get a 7.
Yeah, pretty much just what you said. And it can be fairly difficult to grab it based on those cheaps. Sometimes it can feel pretty unfair.
Yeah, sometimes it's like a joke, the way that they just shoot straight into you. All right, so yeah, it looks like Esmo did a good job of seeing that there was a cheap coming, so they couldn't do the fastest kind of grab, but ended up doing a recovery. However, that means they got to watch out for a 6 here, and they wait for the 5. Excellent. So yeah, the Cole still with a slight lead, especially since Esmo still has to grab firepower on this castle. But it's only World 2. Nice elevator jump from Cole. I've been saying Cole. Is it the Colonel or is it Cole?
I'm not sure. I asked beforehand. Cole had mentioned that it's fine to say Cole, but I'm not sure. It definitely could be something that would make sense. Also on Twitch, their username is @_C, so make sure to give both runners a follow. They very much deserve it.
Oh, yeah. That's especially important when the name on screen isn't exactly the Twitch name.
I'm not really sure what the story is behind that. Well, pretty much, if you don't hear someone on mic, it's hard to know. You're just making an assumption. And often, that's not important.
Right. If you hear me say Cole, it's because I don't know whether they're male or female. I'm sorry, did I say Cole? I meant they. If you hear me say they. I was saying that as I looked over on chat and saw the message. I think Cole is short for his surname.
Ooh, okay, cool. Yeah, there isn't very much going on in 3-2. You just basically don't want to mess up and die. Other than that, other than like one jump, basically, there isn't very much going on.
Yeah, 3-2 is a pretty simple jump over the enemy's level, or shoot them with fire. Whatever strikes your fancy.
3-3 isn't very demanding either. But it is very easy to mistime one jump and die, and it just starts spiraling out of control.
Yeah. All right. Cole taking these Potabus pretty aggressively, and it really worked out. We'll see how Esmo handles them. Slowed down a little bit for that first one, so that's going to make these bars a little bit easier. A very high Potabu for the first one, so that was easy. When that last one's high, though, it's kind of makes you slow down a little bit. Unless you're one of those crazy people that just jumps under all of them. But hey, sometimes crazy is crazy fast.
So
all right, both players.
For being a very exciting level.
Yeah.
So much going on here.
It's nice to have firepower in it, though, because it makes it easy to collect all the coins if you're able to shoot the piranha plants.
That's true.
Otherwise, you'd have to do some crazy jump over the plant, then pipe jump off the back of the pipe just for 4 coins, and, it'd be swag, but it'd also be very risky.
Unless you're Darby and it's just second nature to you.
All right, Cole representing bottom route on 4-2, excellent, and did a really good job with that surprise pipe jump there, since they missed a piranha plant with the fireballs.
That's very well handled.
Esmo on the top route. I didn't see what Cole had on the timer, but 3:44 is an optimal time for this level.
I think it was 42 because I noticed. Wait, I'm actually not sure. I thought Cole maybe slowed down to avoid fireworks, which makes me think it was 42. But
yeah,
I'm not sure.
That makes sense. Yeah, it's one of those levels where if you slow down a Mario second, then you have to slow down another Mario second.
Would I be right in saying that a Mario second is 0.4 seconds? I'm not sure about that. I think that's right.
Okay, so I have heard that it varies. It's like between 21 and 25 frames or something like that.
Of course, it wouldn't be easy.
It would be really nice if it just lined up to the frame rules. Wow, okay. Cole did an excellent Bowser kill right there. If that Bowser is jumping forward, it takes very, fast reaction time to be able to slide under it and then get the backstab. We'll see how Esmo handles it. Yeah, see, Esmo also got a forward jumping Bowser, but ran backward to try to get in front of it, which gets you hit by the Podoboo. 4-4 is a nasty Bowser.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of people pass up on that fire kill, which I definitely understand. But it is a nice time save if you just go on and do it. I'm not surprised that Esmo's grabbing this star, based on what we've seen already.
Yeah, that's exactly the kind of thing that we're talking about with races being so different, is that the stars don't ever actually save you any time, but they're definitely a good idea if you think that you're in danger of death.
And it's definitely not a bad strategy either. All it takes is for Cole to die once, playing against sort of safer strats like this, and ooh, Hammer Brew, okay. Just gotta wait until he gets out of the way.
Yeah, if you don't react immediately. Oh, these are the worst bros. Worst bros.
Oh. Yeah. They were pretty bad.
When one is low in front and the second one is behind, one level up, the hammers are so difficult to dodge. Esmo got the pattern again, but they jumped away pretty quickly there.
Yeah, Cole had a couple of slight issues with builds there, but very, very well reacted.
Yeah, Esmo almost fell in the pit on those stairs, ends up just barely making it out. The 6 on the clock doesn't even matter that much when you just barely escaped with your life.
Yeah, that was a sort of domino effect at the end of 5-4 for Cole, but out of there, thankfully. Yeah, it was a bit unfortunate getting hit there.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've made like a minor mistake in a level, or a major mistake, and then scrambled around, the level felt awful because I was just messing up all over the place, and then I get a 6 at the end. Always, just to zing you one more time. Alright, so Cole taking power-ups here in 6-1. It can be pretty dangerous to get power-ups in 6-1 because of Lakitu's Spinies, and then also because those power-ups are pretty slow to get because of how they're positioned, it's just extra brutal when you take all the time to collect them and then get hit. Esmo dealing with some bad bars here.
Cole getting 6 fireworks as well.
Alright, so if Esmo makes it through here without getting hit like Cole did, that's a little bit of time saved. And there we go. So now Cole has to do 6-2 small, or at least big, without fire. And this is one of the more difficult levels to tackle without fire.
Yeah, 6-2 is very impressive whenever done optimally. But it can be pretty scary without fire. Oh, I'm so jealous of all those despawning piranha plants. The All-Stars version. Things don't really despawn in that game at all.
Yeah,
or less frequently.
Yeah, 6-2 is particularly brutal on All-Stars. Not only do none of the plants despawn, but they all have bigger hitboxes too. Alright, Cole on some treacherous jumps on 6-3. Oh, why did I say anything? The commentator curse. So that intro to 6-3 is really, really tough. You need to have the Mario at just the right speed. If you slow down too much, you'll lose momentum and end up missing a jump. Recovery is good though. Meanwhile, Esmo is cruising through 6-2 and slowly gaining more and more ground.
Yeah, Dav knows what it's all about. Another very talented All-Stars player. I say another as if I'm good, but no, he's actually pretty good.
There's been there are a lot of really good All-Stars players in this tournament. Oh, okay. So Cole got hit pretty early there, and then took those fire bars pretty aggressively as Small Mario, but it paid off. Gets through 6-4.
Yeah, that was very, very impressive.
Meanwhile, Esmo is entering 6-4. There is a very pretty risky strategy where you can jump under the first Podoboo, and that gets you also good bars later. That would have been an opportune time for it since that Podoboo went really high, but Esmo played it a little safer, which, hey, that's what I do, because it's scary.
I have been gripped by this 6-4 by Esmo. Esmo already got hit a couple of times, but very nicely done.
Yeah, keeps fire, so... Oh, nice Hammer Bro management by Cole there. Gets the nice little Buzzy Beetle bump.
All fired up for 7-2, which you don't want to be doing 7-2 with just Big Mario.
Absolutely. And then, so Esmo is just entering 7-1, but already has fire.
I think Esmo got a bit of lag there. Shot a fireball and it lagged a bit.
Yeah, also got quite a bit of lag on the 6-4 Bowser. Ooh, 6 fireworks, though, is not going to do any favors.
Yeah, that bonk was a bit of a shame.
So we always talk about 7-2 as being really, really important to keep your firepower, because there are only enough power-ups. If you get hit in this level, there's only enough power-ups in the next several levels to have firepower in 8-2. So you don't have fire for quite a while if you get hit here.
And I feel like having fire going into World 8 makes a real big difference in terms of having a chance just to get over the line. Like, obviously, Cole's ahead now. Without fire, like World 8, it just adds a lot more pressure. A lot more difficult, and unless you're going for really, really insane strats, you're going to be losing time.
Yeah, particularly level 8-3. If you enter 8-3 with fire, you can just run straight through it. But if you enter small, you kind of have a choice. If you want to go risky, you can run straight through it. But if you want to, that can just be disastrous if it doesn't go right for you. And then if you want to pick up power-ups, they are very slow power-ups to pick up. There are 2 of them, though. Very nice 7-3 from Cole. Let's see how Esmo does. Shooting out some stray fireballs just in case they hit any cheeps that come up. One thing I always forget to mention about keeping fire through 7-2 as well is just how nice it is to be able to shoot the Koopas in 7-3.
Oh yeah, that's a very good point as well. Yeah, sometimes if the cheeps hit the Koopa's hitboxes and make them turn around, it can just make things a bit more tricky, especially at this point of the run. Yeah,
because oftentimes you want to jump over the Koopa and then jump off the platform from behind it, but if they turn the Koopa around, you'll end up landing on it, which will just bounce you straight into a pit.
Yeah.
Alright, so Cole is entering 8-1 with fire. Oh, and Esmo gets hit by a fireball! Or, well, it was a Podoboo.
That's a shame. That's a shame.
Yeah, because the Cole should... so optimal time on this, on 8-1 is 200. If you... and you can do it small, but not necessarily in a race is it very smart to go for it. So usually if you're small, you'll end up with a 197 if you do certain strats, and a 195 if you do safe strats.
So Esmo knowing to pass up on the star there, it is just faster to wait here rather than get the star.
Alright, Cole ducking under the Lakitu at the beginning of 8-2. 8-2, I think, is the hardest level, except for maybe 8-3, but this part right here with the Koopas. You got a pretty good spawn on those Koopas. Ooh!
Oh my word.
Pretty close call on that Koopa and bullet there, though, but nails it, and this is what I'm talking about. So 8-3 going in with fire is extremely beneficial.
It's a massive blessing. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I was just a bit worried for Esmo there, but out of there, no problem.
Yeah. So Esmo shrooms up. If he can keep this shroom, that will make it easy enough to get an early firepower in 8-3, should they choose.
Cool's looking strong now. Pretty much just one level in it.
Yeah, exactly. 8-4 is a pretty consistent level for most people. As far as making it through. But, I mean, in these race situations, sometimes... Oh! Esmo did exactly what I did! No! Went for the super shroom, chased it into a pit.
Oh, I'm getting a bit of lag on Cool's side. Oh, we're back.
Yeah, it looks like they must be dropping some frames. We're getting just enough to see, though. They're in the water section with fire, which is actually kind of difficult because of Mario's bigger hitbox.
Oh,
looks like Esmo's trying... Whoa! That was a close call on that fire bar. So if you're on the outside of a fire bar and you're, you know, like, as far away from the... Well, also, let's just say, Cole makes it through.
GG, that is a 20:46. It's a very impressive race time. Trying to think. Yeah, that's 20 seconds. 20 seconds behind the best race time for Cole, but that is still very, very impressive.
Yeah, like, great race time. Anything, if you can keep it under 21 minutes, that's pretty great for consistency.
Yeah, it's also really unfortunate how this sort of just ended up playing out for Esmo. I reckon Esmo might have been on pace for possibly PB for a while. Looking 21:15, so possibly about 30 seconds behind Cool, I think, going into 8-3.
If I'd have to guess, I'd say that Esmo took 8-3 pretty aggressively, trying to make sure that if Cole died in 8-4, that Esmo would be in 8-4. However, those risky strats didn't pay off. It can just be so difficult to get through all the Hammer Bros when you're only small. Whoa, okay. I couldn't see how many iframes Esmo had because of the frame rate. So it looked like he walked right through a Goomba there. Goes for bullet bill glitch, I love it.
That was pretty close.
What I was saying about that fire bar is that if you're far away from the center of the fire bar and you're in just the right spot, the fire bar can actually pass right over Mario without ever actually intersecting with him, because of the degree of change that it has. One, 2, 3. Yes! Oh, yeah. Alright. So I think that's more what Esmo had in mind the last time around. And indeed, if that had gone through and the Cole had made a mistake in 8-4, then they would have been pretty synced up. Alright, looks like they went for the 2-frame setup. Ooh, they got the wall jump pixel, but did not get the wall jump.
Ooh, that cheap was a bit horrible there. I think if Esmo didn't jump there, it might have been a death. Possibly.
Yeah, the wrong warp is kind of risky. I mean, everybody does it. It's not a huge risk, but it's kind of risky. Sometimes cheaps just come up and kill you. Challenges the Podoboo, gets under it. And Bowser's pattern was okay. They went at the earliest safe time, and yeah, excellent. Great game to Esmo as well.
That was a very, very impressive race. I'm definitely looking forward to hearing from... Oh, we've got Esmo here. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
That was actually a really, really good run until things happened in 8-3.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Well, it looked like you were playing it pretty aggressively to try to catch up, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah, I didn't have the restream open, but I just had an idea that I figured I was somewhat close if the Cole hadn't hit .done yet. So yeah, but it was going okay up until there, and I figured I played so much any percent that I should know how to kill those guys like that, and that's the most trouble I've ever had with them. I don't know really what I was doing, just nerves, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it absolutely happens.
Yeah.
And it's a very, very dangerous level to be small in.
For sure.
One moment. So, I'm wondering, did you have your splits up at the time, or was it just a single timer?
I did have splits up.
Was that on PB pace by any chance?
Let's see. Let me scroll back. It was on PB pace until 4-4.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Which I think I lost fire to Bowser in 4-4. I got a weird Bowser, so. And then it stayed pretty close to PB until I died in 5-2, and then it was just downhill from there.
Oh yeah, I forgot about 5-2.
Yeah.
Yeah, so with Cole going into 8-4, you pretty much entered 8-3 at exactly the same time, so that's how much of a difference there was.
Wow.
So you did manage to keep it very, very close, though Cole did play very well, I can imagine.
I can imagine, yeah.
Welcome. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Very
I
well.
was 6. Why did you do this to me? Fuck. Never. I swear I always do well War 6, but not this time. I missed the first shot at the first piranha plant, and from there was a complete disaster. Oh well, that's fine.
Oh yeah, I remember you grabbed a power up in 6-2 because of what you just said.
Probably wasn't a smart choice. I should have probably go farther a small Mario until 7-1, which was what I meant to do, and I picked the power up in 6-4, but this only caused the fireball patterns to mess around completely, and actually I picked up the power up and then I took the hit. So okay, that was an horrible War 6. Let's forget about this. Let's pretend that never happened. So, okay, that was bad. And,
yeah, it was a good race overall, and congratulations on moving on.
Yeah, thanks.
It really was very impressive, and it was fairly close. Like that's the thing. Your PB is about almost 2 minutes better than Esmo, but Esmo wasn't letting up. This wasn't an easy victory by any means.
No, I know.
Very, very well done for for both of you. Esmo, any thoughts on the tournament? I hope you've had a lot of fun. I'm sort of coming to terms as well, not having any more races.
Right, yeah. My thoughts on the tournament, I've loved it, and I've loved watching it, and it's sad this is my last race in the tournament, but it's major props to Rupert, the Speed Gaming team, everybody who's commentated, everybody who's helped organize this. It's my last chance to get up here and say this, so congrats to how smoothly all this has gone, to all of you guys who have put this together.
Yeah,
I've been blown away. Like, I can't believe such a big tournament could run this smoothly. We were just after recently doing a tournament with about 45 people in it, and it was definitely taking longer than this, and I was being a hard taskmaster, and yet it's still, yeah, I'm very impressed. I'm very, very impressed by the tournament running so far.
Yeah, it's been very good, and thanks to the viewers also.
Yeah,
wouldn't be a
obviously,
tournament if there weren't a bunch of people watching.
I
Right.
can only join Esmo to thank all of you for the awesome work you're doing with the tournament, to Rupert for setting up everything, Speed Gaming for hosting us, and for you to commentate, and also for the other races which are giving us some pretty crazy matches. This week we have seen a lot of crazy matches, and so it's a lot of fun. It's fun not only participating actively by competing in the tournament, but also watching races.
Yeah, you're just right. These last couple of days, the races have been incredible. We've had a couple of races within 1 or 2 seconds, and it's just, how does this consistently keep happening?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It really, really has, and I'll definitely miss it when it's over. And I think at this point I think we might be like 80% of the way through it in terms of amount of matches done, which is just again mind-blowing.
There are still a lot of matches for the loser bracket. We are only around 4. I think there are 8 rounds. I don't remember. There are lots of rounds in loser bracket, so
Yeah.
there's still there's still a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
there's still a lot of fun. And...
So Dash, I have a feeling there might be a match coming up in about 2.5 hours.
That's
Would you agree
right.
with that?
Yeah, so in 2.5 hours, I will be going up against Sin. So that should be a lot of fun. I got to get to practicing pretty soon here.
And based on the seeding alone, you couldn't get much closer. 23 versus 24. So that's incredibly close. It'd be insane to try and call that match ahead of time, but I'm wishing you all the best. Sin's also a very, very good runner like yourself, so I'm looking forward to this a lot.
Yeah, it's really exciting to see matches where the seeds are right next to each other. I wonder, let me take a quick look at where Sin's PB is right now.
Oh my god, dropping frames.
I think he's just above 20 minutes.
Okay. Because I recently joined the sub 20 club. I got a 1953 just the other day.
Congratulations.
Oh,
very
I'm
nice.
pretty excited about it. But I gotta be in race mode.
Yeah, you gotta get back to race mode.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that match is going to be on one of the Speed Gaming channels. It hasn't been finalized just yet, but yeah, just keep an eye out for it. Also, I'm going to post a link to the Discord. Pretty good way of keeping up to date with the tournaments as well, or the tournament schedule. Okay, got it. So yeah, if you guys have anything else you want to say, feel free. This is your time, obviously. And
No,
yeah, thanks again for the race.
I think we are good. We are good. So
I got banned. Okay, well that's a Discord link. Right, Nightbot. Right. Oh my word, that's so funny. Okay, I'm still there. I'm still there.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us.
Next race is on Speed Gaming too.
Okay.
Yes, thanks everybody. It's been a pleasure as always.
Yep.
Yeah,
And check out.
Congrats to the Cole, by the way.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Grace, to you as well.
Yes, GG. Thanks very much, guys. And we'll see you in 2.5 hours then. That's 6 p.m. EST on Speed Gaming 2.
All right.
See you there.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye bye.